Look what's finally here! Hey guys! What's up and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you guys are new here. So this video is long overdue, but guys, in today's video I'll be reviewing the new full fantasy collection. This is the Lunar Beauty collaboration with Laura Lee Los Angeles. My stuff is finally here. I'm gonna tell you guys about the entire collection, what my thoughts are on this, what type of look I create, and let you guys know whether or not I think it's worth it. So you guys want to see what all of this is about? Well, then definitely keep watching. Y'all, oh my gosh, I am so sorry. I am so late to reviewing this collection right here. But the reason why I'm late is because I actually did not get this collection until late Friday night. And I was actually live on my YouTube channel an hour after this got delivered. And I actually asked you guys in that live, did you guys want to see a standalone review? Or did you guys want me doing a full face of new makeup? I took a poll and you guys all voted for a standalone review. So that is what we're doing today. Again, I do apologize for being so late. It just, it got here really late. I don't know what happened. But let me go ahead and tell you guys about the new Lunar Beauty collaboration with Laura Lee Los Angeles. So up first, we had this beautiful, beautiful like PR card right here. I think Laura and Manny are, oh my God, they're so freaking beautiful. I have been waiting for them to collab for the freaking longest time and they finally did it. So this is the Full Fantasy Collection. If you guys did not know, they do have a podcast together called the Fool's Coverage Podcast where they talk about anything and everything. I absolutely love the podcast. I don't know. I feel like getting to know them on a personal level like that is just the coolest thing. Hearing Laura curse, I love hearing Laura curse. It gets me so excited. But just hearing like the behind the scenes stories, their personal thoughts, I just really love their podcast so much. I look forward to it every Friday. You guys should go check it out if you guys have not already. But Laura Lee Los Angeles and Lunar Beauty finally came together to create like their full fantasy collection, aka like the best friend collab. So it's all right here. So up first, we do have the full fantasy. This is going to be a color palette right here. Now this palette actually does retail for $48. You get 18 shades in this palette. And I will say one, I absolutely do love the packaging. You do see that you do see the Laura Lee Los Angeles, like the color scheme with like the neutrals and the clouds, but then you also have that moment where you do see Lunar Beauty. Now Lunar Beauty is notoriously known for putting like moons on their palettes, but in this collection they actually ended up putting a sun for Laura, so it still has that Lunar Beauty feel while also having that Laura Lee Los Angeles feel as well, which I actually really do appreciate. I love the color scheme. I love it's like the sun popping out of the sky with the clouds. It's so freaking beautiful. And then when you do open it up, you are going to have those 18 shades right here. Now, I will say it's a really pretty palette. It's like a really pretty neutral palette, but for me, I personally love a lot more color. So this may not be my favorite color scheme in the world, but doesn't mean that's not beautiful all on its own for like a neutral palette, because my favorite neutral palette is actually the Lunar Beauty Nude Prism palette. Oh my God, I freaking love this palette. It's so damn good. But I also do appreciate there are some pops of color in here as well. That kind of just makes someone like me who loves color more than neutral, like, ooh, I get excited because I could already see like what looks I want to do using this palette. Okay, then up next, we do have the Full Fantasy Blush Palette. Now this is very similar to like the Lunar Beauty Nude Prism Blush Palette, but I also like it because Laura Lee's Blush Aesthetic Palette has highlighters in it, and this also has highlighters as well. Like the Nude Prism was just strictly blushes, but Laura's actually included highlighters. So I like you have a mix of both the blush and the highlighter, kind of like the both brands. I really love that touch. You're gonna have 2 highlighters, you're gonna have 4 blushes. I like how there's really 2 like vibrant pinky blushes, but then I also like how you have like a peachy blush, and then this shade almost looks like a bronzer blush. Like this would not be used for me as a blush because it's a little bit too deep, but I really do like the colors of it. And the highlighters, I love it's like a champagne gold and like a rose gold. I think it's really pretty. I'm super excited to play with this one. And like I said, this does retail for $35. You do get 6 shades in here. Next, this collection is rolling out 2 lipsticks. We have the Mora lipsticks and we have the Lanny lipstick right here. Both retail for $14. I really do like the fact that it's like a little push-up button. You pull it out and you are going to have these 2 shades right here. Now, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I did already swatch these shades and I will say they are definitely not for me. They're a little bit too neutral. Like they're too neutral. They pull too like pale nudie on me. It just doesn't, I don't think it's flattering for me personally. Maybe mixing the two together really perfect, or definitely might have to put this on top of a lip liner. But I just feel like these two on their own are definitely shades I personally would not wear just because they're too light, they're too nudie, and I like a little bit more mauve brown lip color, and it's really hard for me to love these type of colors because they're just too light and pigment for me. But I definitely think if you're a deep skin tone, this would be, oh my god, so beautiful on you. For me personally, I just feel like they kind of wash me out, and I don't think they're flattering for me. So far, I'm not a fan of the color, but that's just my personal taste. Last but not least, we do have the brush set. So this brush set's going to come with 6 brushes, and actually one of these brushes are dual ended, which I actually really do love. My favorite like bronzer under eye powder brush is actually from Lunar Beauty. Don't judge, she's very well loved, but I really do love this brush. So we have 6 right here. I love the color. The color on these are so freaking beautiful. I love like the rose gold. I love how you have the number brush, and you have the Lunar Beauty Heart Laura Lee Los Angeles. A very beautiful touch. Love how soft the bristles are. I'm like unbelievably soft. Very, very nice feeling, and it's a beautiful color. And this collection also came with a bag, so if you bought the brush set, you got this bag with it. And this is a massive makeup bag. Honestly, I feel like this makeup bag is probably more on the Laura Lee Los Angeles side. I have her makeup bags, and this looks just like it, and the quality feels top notch. It feels like you could put so much in here, and this is gonna be a really great travel bag. So you guys can get the entire collection for $135, but I do want to let you guys know that my code does not apply to this particular collection. However, if you do want to get anything off of Lunar Beauty's website, you guys can use code Allie, save you guys 10% off. It just doesn't apply to this collection because I already have some amazing bundle deals, and it made it a little bit harder because I know that Laura Lee Los Angeles doesn't have codes. That's probably why it's just easier not to have codes at all for this launch. So I'm assuming you guys in. We're gonna play with these goodies. I'm so excited. I have been waiting for like 2 weeks since they announced this to play with it. So let's get you guys zoomed on in. Okay guys, before we dive in this collection, I kind of want to use this in today's video as well. But I got a really cute PR package from Dominique Cosmetics. This is the brow frame right here. Like, it came with these really like cute brow pencils you see right here, and along with like some brow glue as well, with like a really nice mirror. And I want to use this today as like tester, and I'll be using this in more videos coming up. But I thought I'd use it today since I am kind of doing like a reviewing influencer makeup. I feel like why not add this in here, and I really want to try this out. So at the bottom, so this is how the product looks. So right here you're gonna have the brow pencil. You pull this out, it has a little spoolie, and then when you open it, this is how the brow product looks. So like you pull this up to like fill in any sparse hair, like to fill in and do like really ultra fine like hair strokes, but then you use this side to like really like fill in the brows. Super freaking cool. So I'm gonna use this really fast just to kind of brush through my brows. We're gonna use a little bit of that brow glue. So take a little bit of the brow glue. Okay, that's actually not bad. It feels way more sticky than any brow glue I've ever used before. All right, so now let's go ahead and try this out. I'm so curious to see how this works. So I'm gonna take this. That's lining kind of nicely, actually. Well, I'll be. This is actually working out really nicely. Okay. I'm still going to be testing this out non-stop, but I will say the glue dried down pretty fast, so it made it really easy for me to apply this brow product right on top of it. Normally, all the other glues I've ever tried were still like wet, so I feel like this never really worked, but this applied really nicely. I'm not having any troubles with it whatsoever, and it's laying down nicely on the brow. And I feel like it's definitely doing a good job at like filling it in. Okay guys, now that the brows are on, I really love this brow styler. This is probably gonna be my go-to from now on because that was so easy to do my brows. So we're gonna do 2 different eye looks today. I'm gonna do a green eye look, and then I'm gonna do like a purple golden eye look. I'm gonna try to stay away from the neutral colors as best as possible because I really just wanna play with like the colors of this palette to show that you can have a beautiful colorful palette as well as a beautiful neutral palette. So we're gonna go into the shade called Trivia right here. It's like this like mossy green shade, very beautiful shade. I just love like the baby diarrhea shade. I don't know what it is, but like it just like gets me so excited. So anywho, I just want to thank everybody who came out to my live on Friday night. It was so much fun. If you guys missed it, the live is still posted to my channel if you guys want to check it out. But in the live, I had challenged you guys to pick my makeup look, and this time we had a lot of fun with it because I was challenging you guys to like challenge me. So you guys are picking me to do like a full face pretty much of like dewy skincare products. So first, you guys are being sweet, and I was pretty much telling you guys, y'all don't have to be sweet. You guys could be savage. You guys could 100% be savage. So you guys picked us you guys picked me to do like a dewy foundation, like a hydrating dewy setting powder. Like, you guys were not playing, and I really lived for it. Like, I'm literally gonna be doing a full face of like dewy makeup for the most part. Now, I did go run and grab a dewy foundation because I don't have a dewy foundation, so for me that was really easy just to go run and grab. But I'm really excited for you guys to see that makeup look, and I'm also gonna be doing like a monochromatic eye look as well. So I'll be doing like a red eye look, which I never ever do, along with like a wing liner. Y'all have never seen me do a wing liner, but y'all picked it, and I'm so excited. I feel like it's gonna be so much fun. Pretty color. I'm gonna take a little bit of the Dominique Cosmetics right here just so I can show you guys what I do. I take a little bit of the setting powder on a brush, and then I just kind of go over the edges with it so that if there's any harsh line, this just makes it look so nice, soft, and blurred. And it really helps to like mesh colors together in case you are struggling with the blending. This just kind of makes everything look really nice and blurred. I really love doing this step. All right, then we're gonna go in the shade called Mora right here. This like beautiful like duochrome green shade. It's so freaking pretty. And I just feel like it pairs very well with that green, like that olive tone green. It is just so pretty. All right, then we're gonna go to the shade called Girlies, like this beautiful like golden shade. I feel like it's just gonna complement that eye look very beautifully. Now, this is something that I would absolutely wear every single day. I love this particular eye color. I just feel like it's so pretty and flattering on my eyes. I love doing green eye looks. They're one of my favorite things to do, maybe just because of my eye color, but oh my god, that's so pretty. And this can kind of be like neutral, right? Just a little bit, just like a little bit of neutral, like an olively green look. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. So freaking pretty. I can literally rock this every single day. So moving on to the next eye, I really want to play with like the purple and like the golden shades. I feel like I've not done a purple golden look in like a hot minute. So we're going to go into the shade called Lanny, which is so funny that I'm using the shade Lanny and Mora because I know those are their two nicknames for each other. So we're going to go to the shade called Lanny right here. This beautiful like purple shade. We're going to put it on our outer corner. I am so glad that they finally came together to do a collaboration. I have been wanting the brands to collaborate for so long because I absolutely do love Lunar Beauty and Laura Lee Los Angeles. Like, Laura Lee Los Angeles, her Cat Pajamas palette was the first influencer palette I ever bought. Now, the Latte palette was the first palette I ever reviewed on my channel, but Laura Lee Cat's Pajama palette was like literally the first ever influencer makeup palette I have ever bought. And I'll never forget, like, the first time I bought that palette, I was like, oh my gosh, I have no idea like what type of eye look to do. I had no idea. I literally could not figure out what type of eye look to do. So I literally watched all of like Laura's tutorials and like was seeing like the eye looks that she was doing. And I was so excited to try this out because I was like kind of just getting into makeup. At that point, the only like mirror that I had was like one of those like light up mirrors with like the that was like one of those light up mirrors. However, my light up mirror only did like the soft, like warm light. So I didn't even have like a bright, like white light. It was like a yellow light. And I was trying to do my makeup sitting on my floor in my bedroom, on my one bedroom apartment. And literally would sit there with that warm yellow light and watch Laura's videos to try to mimic like the same eye looks that she was doing. And I was like, damn, how does she do this? I can't do this. She's actually the reason why I even tried Origins to begin with, because she had talked about this Origins like moisturizer for oily skin. I tried it because of her, and I remember I even did a video where I compared Origins versus Tatcha, and I believe I even credited Laura for the reason why I even tried this like product. But I was just so nervous and scared by my first influencer palette. I think at that time, I could be wrong, this has been so long ago, I think the palette was like $45, and that's like the most I've ever spent on makeup at that time. I was strictly like an e.l.f. girl. I was strictly like L'Oreal and CoverGirl, and like I could barely afford makeup back then, so I was like making sure that I got the most use out of my, oh, this shade is so pigmented, the most use out of my Cat's Pajama palette, because I was like, oh my gosh, like I need to make sure I take such good care of this. This thing is so expensive. And I still have it to this day. She is now my oldest palette that I have in my collection. And I know that Laura no longer has that palette, but I will 100%, by the way, I'm cleaning this up, I will 100% always hold on to that palette, because for me, it's like such cherished memories of buying Cat's Pajamas and just being so excited about it. So then the first time I ever reviewed Lunar Beauty was when Lunar Beauty did the Greek Goddess collection. That was the first time I reviewed anything. I had Life is a Drag, but I had Life is a Drag after I had Greek Goddess. And I still had the Greek Goddess collection to this day. And I did a video on that. I did a video on that palette. And let me tell you guys, one, my eye look was atrocious. It was atrocious. My audio was completely off, like completely off in that video. And I just fell in love with Lunar Beauty in that video. That's the first time I ever tried that red Aphrodite liquid lip, my favorite liquid lip in the world. First time I ever tried it was because of that collection, and I still have it to this day. And I know that Manny no longer has that palette either, but I'm really glad that he did bring back Aphrodite because that is my personal favorite red liquid lip. And oh my gosh, it is just so freaking beautiful. Okay, we're still gonna clean up some more, but I do want to go into this shade called Fool's Gold right here. I feel like this gold would look really beautiful with that purple shade. So freaking pretty. That is such a freaking pretty gold. Oh my gosh. Okay, then right next to that shade, we're gonna go into the shade called Sunny right here. This other like beautiful like lighter gold shade. We're gonna take that, we're gonna put that right next to that shade. Right here. Oh my gosh, yes. It's beautiful like pinky shade. I feel like this is just gonna be like really pretty with that shade. So I'm going to clean both eyes up off of camera, but I'm going to go into the shade called Break Time right here. And I'm going to line that along my upper waterline so I can put my false lashes with that. We're going to come back and do the blush and the lips together. And then I'm going to give you guys my thoughts on this collection. Okay, so now that the face is pretty much on, I did go in with like a yellow highlighter and like a pink highlighter for both looks. I'll make sure to tag what they are down below if they still have them. I was still gonna tag them. But now we're gonna move on to the face. So I'm gonna move into this blush palette right here. And I think I'm gonna take this shade called Peachy Keen, which is a tiny bit of Pink Blossom, and kind of mix these two together. So I'm gonna tap my brush in and then just very lightly just boop right in there because that might be a little bit too pink for me. And we're going to start to just stamp this in. I really love the Lunar Beauty and the L'Oreal Los Angeles formula when it comes to blushes. They're just so freaking pigmented, but they blend so nicely on the skin. Oh, that is gorgeous. All right, so for highlighter, I'm going to take the shade called Golden Fantasy and Nude Champagne. I'm going to kind of mix the two together very lightly. Just go in once with each. And we're going to kind of mix these two colors together. I feel like this is going to be like a really pretty color combo. Oh, that's pretty. So for lips, now you guys know that I feel like these two lip colors are just a little bit too light for me personally. I'm not into like the pale nude shades. I just feel like they just don't complement me in the slightest. So what we're going to do is I'm actually going to take the shade called Cocoa from Lunar Beauty. You guys actually can use code Allie on this one. And we're going to line my lips. We're going to slightly fill it in. And then I'll use one of these shades to kind of blend it out with. And then we're going to put a gloss on top because I just don't like to have just lipstick. I like to mix gloss on it. And then that should complete the look. So I'm going to go ahead and line my lip with the Lunar Beauty Cocoa Lip Liner. This is my favorite one, by the way. All right, now I'm going to blend that out with my finger. Okay, so I think out of the two, I think I'm going to go into the shade called Mora. I feel like this one might be just a little bit better for me. So we're going to go in the shade called Mora. We're going to fill that in. And then it's messy, but we're going to blend it out with our finger again. See, now that is really pretty. Now, I don't really just like to wear my lips like this. Like I just, while it's pretty, I don't know. I feel like it's so drying. I like to have a good gloss. So you guys know I absolutely love Lunar Beauty glosses. Like there's no tomorrow. They're one of my favorite glosses out there. I think that this particular gloss is going to complement this so pretty, but it is the L'Oreal Los Angeles. This is the Iris gloss right here. This retails for $12. I love that it just like pulls up like this. This is one of the prettiest glosses that L'Oreal Los Angeles has ever created. I mean, like seriously, just watch. Look at the sparkle on this. Ready? It is my like absolute favorite gloss from them. I mean, hello. It is so good. All right, and then to finish off the look, we're going to go into the Glamlight X Rick and Morty setting spray. Woo! then let me go ahead and zoom you guys out. Alrighty guys, and this is the final look. I'm not gonna lie, I feel so pretty right now. Like, I feel so pretty. Obviously, my favorite eye is gonna be this eye right here. There's just something about this green that I could literally wear every single day and be so happy with because it is just so freaking pretty. But I really do like the gold and purple moment too. I think it's a really, really pretty look. Okay, so let's just quickly go over everything so I can give you guys my thoughts. So first off, we do have the Fool's Fantasy. This is the 18 color story right here. It's a beautiful color story. Like, it is. You are going to have those beautiful neutral colors. You are going to have those beautiful neutrals with those pops of colors. And I feel like I'm going to gravitate more towards this because these pops of colors. I like that it has a mix of like the greens, which I love to go for. But then I could also do like a beautiful everyday neutral look with this palette too. So definitely something more versatile for me. Based upon when I first saw it, I was like, oh, I don't know if this is going to really work for me because I'm very much into color. But I was actually able to make this work, which gets me really excited. I think it's a really pretty palette. And I feel like Manny and Laura really captivated them and their love for neutrals together in this palette, while definitely accommodating those like me who do love pops of color. Very, very gorgeous palette. And the formula is just so beautiful. Next, we do have the Full Fantasy blush palette right here. Now, I will say it's a really pretty blush palette. I, at first, wasn't really sure what I was going to think about it because I was like, there's only 4 blush shades, but I love the Peachy Keen shade right here. This is so pretty, and I think just adding a little bit of the Pink Blossom is going to be perfect for me. I probably won't get as much use out of these 2 shades if I'm going to be completely real with you guys. So not really my taste in terms of blush shades, but they are pretty, just not for me. I definitely think I'll be utilizing this a lot more, and surprisingly enough, I actually really like this highlighter combo. I wasn't sure I was really going to because I go for more like a bright champagne, almost a white highlighter. But I think mixing these 2 shades together just creates something very beautiful, like a golden sunset. It's like what's on my cheek right now. And I find it to be so pretty. I keep staring at it, especially when I turn right here and my light catches it. I'm like, oh my God, that's like such a pretty shade. I really do enjoy this palette. And I feel like I found some beautiful staples that I'll be using all the time. Then we do have the brush set right here with the makeup bag. I will say these brushes are so soft. I haven't had a chance to play with these ones yet, but the ones I did play with, I did use like this little, I did use the EO, the number 2 brush right here and these 2 to lay down the shades. I wish I had a little bit more tinier brushes for those who prefer to have smaller brushes for like hooded eyes, or like someone like me that likes to get nook and cranny. I prefer small brush sizes like this in terms of like eye brushes. That's just my personal taste. So these are the 2 smalls that they have. So I won't be able to use these as much, but I will say the bristles are incredibly soft. This was very easy to work with. I love the color on this. And I also really like the fact that it did come with a beautiful big size makeup bag as well, because I feel like this could be great to fit so much of your makeup in here and your brushes. I think it's really, really good. Now, the only thing that I possibly could have passed on, honestly, is the lipsticks. While the packaging is super cute, they're super affordable, I just feel like realistically, these are colors I'm not going to really go for that often. While I really did enjoy the shade called Mora, which one I'm mixing on the lip right here, I had to use like a deep lip liner to make this lipstick work for me. Other than that, it necessarily wouldn't have worked by itself. They're too pale nude for my personal taste. The formula was great. I didn't have any issue with the formula. It's just the colors are not really for me. But I definitely think mixing it on top of a beautiful dark lip liner made it work perfectly, and then mixing it with a gloss is just so freaking pretty. So overall, I think this is such a cute collection. It does retail for $135. I believe it's still available right now, but it is super limited edition. So once it's gone, it's gone. If you guys want to get your hands on it, you guys can find it on either Laura Lee Los Angeles website or Lunar Beauty website. Like I said, my code does not apply to this collection, but if you do want to get anything else from Lunar Beauty, it does apply there. But yeah, I think it's super cute. I really do think it fits the theme of Manny and Laura, and I'm really excited that I have it. And I also just want to take a moment to quickly just thank Dominique Cosmetics. I really have been enjoying this brow product. This is a really nice brow product. I can't wait to keep trying it. Super freaking cute. It's available now if you guys want to try it out. But I'll show you guys this in another video as well when I do a full face of new makeup as well. So yeah, that is it for today's video. Thank you so much to Manny and Laura for sending this my way. I'm so excited. It's so freaking cute. And yeah, if you guys like this video, please make sure you guys give this video a cheeky thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you guys have not already, because I do post 4 to 5 videos every single week. Make sure you guys head over to my other channel. It's R for the Life, where you guys get to see my cool, wonderful adventures, my amazing husband, Corey. And as always, the biggest thank you goes to these beautiful, wonderful Patreon members you guys see right here. Thank you guys so much for everything. And to my subscribers and viewers, thank you guys so much for being here. Whether you guys like this video, you guys thumbs down this video, you guys subscribed, you guys did not subscribe, either way, thank you guys so much for being here. I love and appreciate each and every single one of you. So with that said, guys, I love you, and I'll see you guys in my very next video.